I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be a great matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Carolina Panthers. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. Leading the charge under center will be their 6'5" quarterback, Carson Wentz.
I loved his quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side of the ledger throwing touchdown passes.
Yeah, had 4 of those picks, led to the loss.
54. You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me.
They'll run on first down. Barr, and he powers his way up past the 30. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Single, slop. Hey, you're on an island over there.
Now Wentz. Man open, that's Kiki QT, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. They're trying to cover up some holes in the secondary. Right now, bottom 5 in the league against the pass at number 28.
Defending the pass has not been one of their strong suits throughout the season, but they have any hopes.
It's caught inside the 25. They'll get 34 yards there. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. From the gun, it's Wentz. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Ronald Darby that time, the one who got a hand in and knocked it free. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Wentz now on 3rd and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Go.
So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And his kick is good. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3".
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago, where he talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy who springs for the good stuff.
A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Now Howard. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 12-yard line.
Let's go. Tight left. Even. 4 down.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack coming from big Dalvin Tomlinson. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
I know you felt that one. I know you felt that one.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. They'll run with McCaffrey. And, oh, his first carry, he loses the football. And the Eagles have recovered. Well, he's going to have to shake out the cobwebs first time he touches the football, and he drops it on the ground.
So many times we talk about quarterbacks and taking care of them early to get them in the flow with safe throws, right? But with a runner, there is no such thing as a safe run, right? Right out of the gate, you're going to be in some traffic. Got to take care of the ball, and he didn't do that.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Now Wentz. Catch is made by Arcega-Whiteside. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia. On first down, Barr. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
So 2 first-quarter field goal attempts for him, and he's converted on both.
I like the positive right there. 2 for 2, got the points on the board. The negative side is they didn't score touchdowns. And, of course, going forward in this game, that's going to be the aim, and hopefully he'll be kicking extra points instead.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Christian McCaffrey and the Panthers about set to go on offense. He's got to clear his mind a little bit right now. 1 carry, and that carry was a lost fumble.
Clear his mind, clear his hands, and just let this one go. Sometimes it happens. You drop the ball, get a full game ahead of him, hand it to him again, see if they can start to produce.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther first down.
Now that's how you start to get back in the good graces of your head coach. Remember, he fumbled on the last possession. How about the faith they showed him, giving him the ball again, and he repaid them, picking up a first down.
Now he dumps this off over the middle, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field, and when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? After one, a 1-point game, 7-6.
Set, ready, 50, plant. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down. Completes it to Samuel. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 30 yards there, and, of course, the first down as well.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
You got him. You got him. Ready. 10 Tucson. 59. Hey, here I come. Here I come. Get it.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. And that's complete to McCaffrey. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards. Operating from the red zone now. Allen. And this one's incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, but it's going to be 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Allen Going back to Moore. This time he's got him complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a first down here. That escapes the sack. But now he's swallowed up and taken down.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. A great move in there, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. They get 5 on the run, but it leaves him with a tough 3rd and goal forthcoming.
False start, offense.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Here's Allen, and he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They run the counter. Barr. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. On play action, Wentz. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. They'll run on 1st down. Barr. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, Barr. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Danny. Switch.
On 1st down, this is Adams. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. And how might this affect him for the playoffs? We'll get a report when we come back. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
You got nothing.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now. Now Wentz on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And his kick is good. And that gets him back within a single point. It's now 10-9. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
that.
It. Super toe. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they?
Offense.
So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth. And
he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. To throw, it's Wentz. And he finds his tight end, it's Ertz. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
False start. Offense.
And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
Now the throw on 3rd down. Knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Now here's Michael Dixon, standing just outside his own goal line. 1:54 left on the clock here in quarter number 2. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now this one complete on the slant route. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Allen, that's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. That's caught. It's Malone. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. On the ground, McCaffrey. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now Allen from the gun on 3rd down. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short.
A short gain that doesn't get him the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Wentz now to throw. Caught by the tight end, Ertz. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Now Wentz. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Wentz going to throw. And that is incomplete. So we've reached halftime here. Charles has already thrown off his headset. He's out here. He says, it's Christmas Day. I'm going home. We're not done yet, though. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. Happy holidays to you all at home as we take you around the NFL on this 25th day of December. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, and that's been a back-and-forth game, all tied in the 2nd quarter. From Chicago, we head north to the home of their rivals as we check on the Packers at home in Lambeau. In that matchup, all even in their battle with the Chicago Bears.
All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the 2nd half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Throwing now is Allen. He's going to look deep for more. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to go back to Moore there. That'll bring up 2nd down. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the 2nd half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Brian Burns, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. So that's going to push them back half the distance. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. Nazir Jones make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Now this is where field awareness comes into play. He's getting perilously close to his own goal line, and after that sack, backed up to his own 2.
Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. This is taken at about the 14.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
He got the lead here in the second half. That's the last penalty you want to commit.
And they were getting the ball. Why are you going after the punter there? Just take the football and keep going.
So a big break. The roughing the kicker called on 4th down leads to 1st and 10. They fake the give. Now Wentz. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A very solid gain of 27.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him.
Here we go. Waiting. You got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Got an open man, it's QT. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle 1st down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Barr. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle 1st down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, it's Wentz. Ertz has it left side. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wentz. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
Good work, boy.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
The quick slant caught. That'll get them to 1st down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. 3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. In for the score. And once again, the Eagles are back out in front. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. And around the goal line, especially on two-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go.
Carolina getting set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. On play action, Allen completes it to Samuel. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Now a run with McCaffrey. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To the air, Allen. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. To throw, it's Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A pass there over the middle to start things out. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Hey, we'll go. 120. Mike, 54. Here we go. Here we go.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Waiting. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Target. Check 4.
We are off to the 4th quarter here on this special Christmas Day broadcast. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
180. Mike 54. Watch the run.
On 2nd and 12, Wentz He's going to flip one out here to his running back. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. The Eagles on third down. Just one conversion in 8 tries. Not good. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Offense.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
From the gun on third down, Wentz. Got a man open. It's Ross. And he needed to get to the midfield stripe, but he can't do it. He's about a yard short. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Carolina offense making their way out. We take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that #1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it. It's team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that #1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through, and I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Mike to 59. Here we go, here we go. Watch the edge.
From the gun, it's Allen. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. The Panthers on third down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This time it's 3rd and 3. They hand off to their big tight end. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now. He's been terrific so far. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
Hey, tight down. There you go. Bang, 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 bang.
They'll begin here with Adams. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
So free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. This is taken at the 18.
Let's go, fellas.
And the Panthers coming out now. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. Let's go.
Now Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. The Panthers on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 7. Now Allen, and that will be incomplete. Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked out and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
In his own end zone, it's Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And they're going to get this all the way out past the 20. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Throwing on first is Wentz. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now Wentz. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here. It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with the...
And oh, he coughed it up, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover.
Break. 59. Mike's 59. He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
Here's Allen following the fumble recovery. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. They stop short. Down at the 1. Had the great move, but couldn't get it all the way home. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. Try to punch it in with Howard. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Allen going to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Big hit all day.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. We get a look at the Carolina defense as they work their way into position. And trailing on the scoreboard last time, able to force the fumble. I'm sure they'd like to do that again.
That's exactly right, because what they did last time has helped them stay in this game. Being opportunistic, taking the ball away, that can help keep a game tight.
Yeah, we'll see if they can be opportunistic here. They'll be looking to force another turnover. And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. Quite the turnaround from a week ago where he threw 4 interceptions. He hasn't had an interception this game, and he told us during the week, my goal, goose egg. He's achieving that so far.
And what we're seeing is a guy that you can win with, all right? Because anyone who can make that type of an adjustment to shake off a really horrendous week the week before and come back and play mistake-free football to this point, yeah, that's a guy I want to play with, that's for sure.
It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. To throw, it's Wentz. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and 10.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Throwing is Wentz. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st down, Barr. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Hey. 4 down.
They'll keep it on the ground. Barr. And he'll be taken down at the 34. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. And not much running room. Down to the 32. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And his kick is good. Didn't hit it all that well, but he got enough on it to put it through. And that will push the lead up to 5. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So now the Panthers down by 5, and time, a huge factor. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check, 59. Got to do better. Come on.
They'll look to throw. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. Clock running, about to hit 90 seconds to go in the game. To throw is Allen. And he slings one that's incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Allen to throw. That's caught. It's Malone.
Mike, check. 59. You must be down.
Back to throw. Allen. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Chung.
You crazy, boy. You crazy.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Go. 180. Check. Watch 54. Check right. Done.
Wentz with a kneel down, and that will be the final act of this game. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And I tell you, this was a fun one. Just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know. They had to work for that victory.
I've got to go back to what you just said. Nothing comes easy in this league. How many times have we talked to coaches prior to a game and assessed, the strengths, the weaknesses, the whole deal? Even in games when one coach was a decided favorite, what do they always say to us? But you do know this is really a 7-point league. 7 points either way usually decides a ball game. We had exactly that in this one.
And not only that, but this is a gutsy road victory, one they can hang their hat on. So for the Eagles, it's a critical win for them as it gets them to 9-6 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. Meanwhile, for Carolina, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.